Well, Batesville-based Hillenbrand has closed on a $545 million deal for Germany's Coperion. It's more significant news for a company that has transformed itself since spinning away from Hillenbrand in 2008. Today, Hillenbrand, much more than a casket company. And joining me now to talk about growth and the implications for Indiana, pleased to be joined by Hillenbrand CEO Ken Camp and CFO Cindy Lucchese. And welcome to the program.
Thanks, Gary.
And it is a much different company today. As mentioned, in 2008, been 4 years ago that Hillenbrand and Batesville Casket kind of separated from Hillenbrand. Two different companies, two separate companies now. Hillenbrand started out as basically Batesville Casket 4 years ago with this new formula,
Correct.
if you will, but it's changed a lot. Talk about the strategy for that spin out some 4 years ago.
Well, Gary, the strategy grew out of simple demographics and changes in consumer beliefs. More people were having cremations, and fortunately, folks are living longer. Healthcare is prevailing, and that meant we did not have a growth market before us. We sought to use our core competencies and move into new industries that made things. We like manufacturing, and we searched for a long time and got into the industrial products business, what we call the process equipment group.
Yeah, and most recently, as I mentioned, just closed on a deal for Coperion, $545 million deal, German company, which adds to that portfolio.
We did. That's our third acquisition since the spin, which has taken us from a company that was primarily, our customer base was in the U.S. and Canada, as of course were our manufacturing facilities, and now we've gone from revenue of about $650 million to $1 billion this year. Will be 1.6 next year, and from about 2,800 employees, mostly in the U.S., to 6,000 in 40 countries.
And Cindy, talk about that diversity and what it does for revenue. Initially, you know, all the revenue was generated by Batesville Casket and the funeral services piece of your business. That's basically flipped now.
It really has flipped. When we started in 2008, it was 100% from our Batesville Casket division. Last year, in 2012, it was about a third, and then this year with Coperion, it'll be about 2/3 of the revenue coming from our process equipment group.
Talk a little bit about, and that kind of underscores it there, but the growth and what has happened, that growth story that really is Hillenbrand, an iconic Indiana company. That name really resonates. Talk about that growth.
The growth has been tremendous, particularly from a top line. We've grown since 2008 through 2012. The combined annual growth rate's been about 10%. And as we look forward into the future, we see that continuing.
Yeah. Based in Batesville, Hillenbrand and all companies are after top talent. How do you find that ability to attract and retain top talent there in Batesville?
Well, we don't find that the geography is a negative at all. In fact, in many ways, it's a plus. It's certainly not a big city like Indianapolis, and many of our executives, like Cindy, live in Indy. But the ability to attract a talent is more a function of the spirit of the company and what people think are going to learn and how they're developed, a lot more than which direction you have to drive every morning.
You give us, we only have about 15 seconds, but as you look to the future and the opportunity, the potential for more growth.
Yes, we do see the potential for more growth, certainly at the headquarters in Batesville, and everybody knows what a great state Indiana is and how business friendly it is.
All right, very good. Well, Ken Camp, Cindy Lucchese, thank you very much. A great story at Hillenbrand in Batesville, and I know we'll be having you on again to talk about more growth. Thanks.
Thanks, Gerry.
Thank you.
All right.